there an effort to reach out to the former governor to come to a table where the governor and his predecessor will sit down and look at the books again?
Suleiman, I wonder what kind of reaching out. If you had me now, I said, every leader, every state governor determines his own leadership philosophy. My eye on the ball. Why should I bother?
That's part of the ball, because if you want to achieve, because if you look at what the governor has said, Governor Obiano has said that Governor Obi was able to achieve about 42.6% completion of total projects.
Yes.
And he, as at 2015, has taken it to about 61.
Yeah, 61%.
So, meaning he built on what he met on ground. So continuity.
Yeah, because of continuity.
So if you look at the importance of continuity, and you know that definitely you'll be looking for some funding and knowing full well that they, because except we want to go back to the question I asked you about having some kind of foster relationship. If they have a cordial relationship, then you should be able to invite him as the former governor of the state to come to a table so that they can go through the books again. Because both of them, the good thing is that they're both experts when it comes to finances.
I don't think that I have had the past ex-governor speak. I don't think I have heard. So the point is...
You've not heard
so the point
can his media aide speak without his permission?
So why would the speaking be this kind of subject matter?
Perhaps because the governor, the incumbent, hasn't called his attention to these.
Okay, that's one way to look at it. But would you also see that it is in the nature of man, the animal in man gives inducement to jealousy? 1.5 years, a governor has come. I haven't seen that. I haven't read about that before, and has defined the tangent of his developmental direction.
Is this political?
Are you saying, sorry to interrupt you, are you saying then that there is no rift between former Governor Peter Obi and the current governor, Willie Obiano? Is that what you're saying?
I haven't seen that, other than what the hand of Esau is telling me that's the voice of Jacob. I haven't seen that, so I won't speak on that.
Because
what I'm saying,
what a lot of people believe is that the relationship is frosty. We do recall that when this current governor, Governor Willie Obiano, celebrated 1 year in office, a lot of people thought that his predecessor would have been there to at least celebrate with him, considering the cordial relationship they had before it would seem that he entered office. Well,
I will speak for one. I will not speak for the other. I drafted the letter of invitation, signed by the governor, delivered.
So you did invite him?
When he, of course we did.
But he didn't tell
Primarily invited. When he celebrated his birthday, full page advertisement, congratulatory message, signed off by the governor.
Because a lot of people would say that this definitely, if you see how the papers are reporting
I do not think that we need to dwell on relationships between the two.
We're not dwelling on it. We're just bringing it to the fore and saying, could it be as a result of this as well? In the sense that when people see that, no, Governor Peter Obi did not leave 75 billion naira in office, and this is coming a year, you're already counting 18 months, I believe, 1.5 years after Governor Willie Obiano assumed office.
I told you the reason.
And that's when this conversation is coming up. Some people will say, this is sour grapes.
I told you the reason.
So you say this has nothing to do with that?
If something that is clearly tried, dominates conversations, that has the potential to distract you from your focus, if you're forward looking, then you ignore it.
Okay, so
when it comes to begin to chip off from your integrity, and from your sense of decency, you have to address it, even if it takes 1 year or 1.5.
Okay, fair enough. Some people will say that's fair enough, but then it must also be in some form of agreement. If there is, you know, if it has the capacity to ruin relationships,
Yes.
perhaps it should also be in some agreement with the figures, or in some agreement with the previous administration, so that at least people will not say, you know, you don't worry about perception. You're not worried about that at all. Is that what you're saying?
I want to call your attention and attention of everyone that has the capacity, the whiteness to listen dispassionately. In 1.5 years, someone has shown that he has the capacity, has his own ideas, how to provide development and prosperity, tangible and intangible. When this is not available to some people, they begin either to claim, to lay a claim to the progress of things by saying, even though he's doing this, I left the money for him to do it. Or let us begin to harass him with this falsehood so that he fails. Either is the reason.
You know, they also have another point saying that he didn't leave any contractor unpaid or any contract unpaid for. Every contractor in your state got their monies before he left office.
Okay, which is a way of saying that the contract work that is going to end in 2 years has been fully paid for. That's what it means.
But did you get that statement from his office?
Why would I listen to that kind of statement? I engage you to do work for 2 years and I have paid you all through. No, contracts are paid.
Because
contracts are paid as they're certified and they're verified.
Even if it was paid ahead of time,
yes,
it is also important so that your government doesn't go ahead and pay some of those that have been paid before. Because if they're saying that, well, he wasn't owing any contractor in your state as at the time he left office,
yes,
that is quite instructive.
So meaning that the contractors completed, finished their work, and then they got out of sight, meaning that all the roads will have been standing, Anambra State will have been fully built up. There's no renovations, no other thing to touch.